Hi and welcome back to Rad Riders. I've just completed just over 1,000 miles on the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 or 452, and I wanted to give my thoughts. This is my own personal bike. Obviously we've got the running in period, and being my bike which I've paid for, I want to make sure that I get the best out of this engine and the best out of the bike. So I did the 300 miles, which was scheduled by Royal Enfield in the service manual, and I kept it under about 4,000, 4,500 revs. I did a mixture of miles from city riding, sat in traffic, a little bit of 60, 70 mile an hour until I got to 300 miles. I just thought you probably need to be getting close to 700 before you really test the performance of this bike. So this is my opportunity now. 700 miles I've got on the bike, and I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put it through its paces and see how the bike really performs. So a couple of guys was reading this month's Ride magazine, and there was a supplement in there saying these are the best roads in the UK, and one of them was up in Yorkshire, Northumberland way. Well, it's about 2.5 hours for me to get there via motorway, which is a good opportunity for me to test the motorway riding of this bike at a steady 70 mile an hour, overtaking, etc. So we headed for Barnard Castle, which on paper is Bank Holiday Monday, was 2.5 hours. It ended up taking us 3 hours and 40 minutes. It's 110 mile. It's predominantly motorway for the first probably 80 mile and 20 miles across over the moors. So how did it perform at 70 mile an hour, 75 mile an hour? Well, as I mentioned in my previous video, it starts getting a little bit vibey once you get close to 70 mile an hour, and the legal speed limits in this country are 70 mile an hour. So I never really pushed it beyond that. And what I wanted to know is, does that vibration get any worse at 75, 80 mile an hour, or does it stay exactly the same? Well, the answer is it stays exactly the same. It's no vibes whatsoever in your hand, nothing in your footrest. There's a slight tingling I found in my seat. So this time I put an old sheepskin cover on the seat just to see would that take anything off, and it did. It made a massive improvement. So much so that I'm either going to keep that permanently, or I'm going to buy one of the air-cooled mesh covers. If that doesn't cure that vibrations, which is not annoying, but I wouldn't like to do for 6 hours with that tingling vibration on the seat, I would look at an alternative, either a gel seat or something like that. In total of the day, I was on that bike for 10 hours. It's Bank Holiday Monday. It took me 3.75 hours to get there. It took me another 4 hours to get back. And then it was the rest of the hours was enjoying the countryside on one of the UK's best routes. And I'll put some maps up so you can see where we went and what type of riding that we did. So this is the opener. I'm basically just gonna cover off a few things of the bike, then I'll summarise at the end. On this trip, it was a full day's trip, I'll say, covering 350 miles and 10 hours in the saddle. It was enjoyable, it was fun, we had a great laugh. You can see some of the antics that we get up to. I'll leave them in there just for a bit of fun. And you'll see the roads as well. Now, I'm not going to talk over the road section so you can enjoy the views that I took in. Stopped off for a coffee stop, and welcome to the High Force waterfall. Apparently there's a waterfall down there. I'm more interested in getting a coffee at this gaff. Join the lads, have a coffee. I'll catch you in a bit. So we stopped off in Alston. There's a little station here. Do sandwiches. Let's have a look around. Open train carriage.
Coming to a video near you.
And look who's in the background. Tapping two wheels himself. Loves a chopper. I'll say hello.
Where they used to film Casey Jones the film.
Is that true?
Yeah, true that, mate. Yeah. It's just coffee.
So I'm just been talking to Taffy Two Wheels here. He's doing a bit of filming himself.
There's always somebody in my way.
And apparently this is where and I used to watch this as a kid with my dad. This is where they filmed Casey Jones. Yeah.
And we're off.
Yeah, Casey Jones wasn't filmed here, by the way. It was American for the first thing.
It was a double on
Casey Jones was in America.
It
was.
England.
Oh, the boys are over there, look.
Oh, look. There's that
Hello.
that lot from Doncaster.
So, we're at Hags Bank. Bikers Heaven. Bunkhouse there. Campsite above. Space for your vans, caravans, another campsite. Washing facilities. Having a stop off. There's Taffy.
Hello.
There's Gilly's not here again.
Gilly's bike's there. I've seen it move.
Here's Danny, the owner.
7 different run out.
Oh,
Yeah. 7 different run
some
out.
doggies,
and they're all at different
Yeah, it's a
levels,
little doggy.
right. So
So we're looking for a food stop, and we've come to Stanhope. It's like a village in the middle of nowhere. It's on our way back to Barnard on the loop that we've done, and we found out one place that was open, which was this fish and chip shop here. But unfortunately, they didn't have anything left because they were closed in 5 minutes, and that's been the story of our life today. Everywhere we've gone, they've just closed or they're not doing food. So we said, can we just have whatever scraps that you've got left? And she managed to give us 4 trays, bless her, with the smallest amount of scrap chips. And then she said, I've got a battered sausage and an unbattered sausage. Well, Taffy got the battered sausage and I got the unbattered sausage. The guy's got curry sauce, £14. We got something in our bellies now, and that'll be enough to take us the next 40 minutes to Barnard Castle, where we'll part ways and head for home. So great loop, brilliant roads, fantastic roads. The roads we've been on today, I'll put them in links in the description, was also featured in Ride magazine. Best roads in the UK to go. So we've done that, but then just great roads, well worth it. Here's the lads, suitably refreshed. What did you have, Tom?
I had a battered sausage.
Did you have any chips with that?
Yes, some chips.
Fair play.
Nearly didn't get served though.
We didn't.
His fault.
It was just chips because somebody nicked the last battered sausage.
Just chips.
Well, chips and
You,
curry
Paul?
sauce.
Dave normally likes battered sausage.
In total now, I've got 1,050 miles. How did the bike perform? Effortlessly. There was a big choice of bikes that was out there. There was an 1800 Harley Davidson, there was an 800 Triumph Tiger, and there was a Honda 600 RR. This 450 kept up with everybody. Even so, the lads were saying, are you sure that's not a 650 in there? And I'm returning 90 miles to the gallon. 90 miles. In the total of 1,050 miles on the clock, I've averaged, in all conditions, averaged over 90 miles per gallon, which is just unheard of. The guys couldn't believe it. 10 hours in the saddle. Was it comfy? Yeah, it was very, very comfy. I did have a sheepskin on the seat, which helped with a little bit of the vibrations. But answering my question earlier is, what happens at 70 and 75? Well, on some private roads, I did get up to 90 mile an hour. So from 70 in 6th gear, winding that back, it easily picked up. Great riding triangle. So comfort is major for me because this is my travel bike. The riding triangle is perfect. I don't need any bar risers. The seat for me at 6'2" is on the highest setting. The suspension's on its highest setting. And I can not flat foot it at that. If I drop the seat or suspension a little bit, I can flat foot it. But if I stand off the bike because it narrows, the seat it tapers in, then you can flat foot it. But where I'm sat at the back near to the pillion pad is I'm on the balls of my feet, which is very, very comfortable for me. Chugging through town, going through the streets, it's happy. 1st gear, 2nd gear, 20 mile an hour, 30 mile an hour. It just chugs along. It accelerates as soon as you hit the 40s, then the 50s, then the national speed limit. It'll zip right up to them speeds. The main thing I find with this bike, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, is how well it holds the road. There was a 600 Honda CBR RR in front of me, and I was following his line. Yeah, I was revving it higher in the gears, and we were sticking to the national speed limits, but I was right behind him. This bike just glued to the road and followed the road perfectly. So yeah, if you want to have a fun on the twisties, it's perfect for that. If you want to do a mile munching on the motorway at steady 70, 80 mile an hour, yes, it will do that. Will it return 90 plus miles per gallon? Yes, it will. I was out all day, 350 miles, 10 hours, effortless. Got home, fresh as a daisy. There was a comment in one of my previous videos that said once you get to 1,200 miles on this bike, it really does loosen up, from somebody that's got one and done that. And boy, after 1,000, he's absolutely right. If you're just going to go and test this bike at your local Royal Enfield dealer and you keep it under the 4,000 revs, you're not really going to test this bike. And most demonstrators have probably got a few hundred miles. so it won't have the miles on it like this one has. If you do get a chance to test ride one that's been running, been serviced and got 1,000 miles on, go for it. If you want to do it all, adventure travel bike, an everyday bike, for this price, 5,750 out the door on the road with that 3-year warranty, then you're just not going to find another bike that's going to offer what this bike offers. I bought this bike, I paid for it, it's mine. Do I have any regrets? None. Would I change anything? The only one thing that I will probably change is that tingling on the seat. Yes, I would change the seat. Maybe I'll get a touring seat. I'll see how the I'll see how the mesh air cool seat cover goes first. I have got a temporary sheepskin on there, which tells me that it can be changed. It can be resolved. The vibrations can be resolved, and they're nothing major at all. So, in summary, pound for pound, bike for bike, and I've had a lot of bikes. This one just keeps getting better. I'm looking forward to putting the next couple of 1,000 miles on. If you stuck around till the end, thank you very, very much for watching. And please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out and motivates me to do more videos like this. Thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.